Welcome back to the channel, Mitch times 2. Today's video I'm going to be doing what I said I'd be doing in all my other videos. Timing chain housing. This is both easy and difficult at the same time. It's difficult because there are some tedious little steps you need to take. I got all of the tools that I think I'm going to need right here. Go through all of them in just a second. Let me get this straight. Don't be intimidated by the bags. They're all just empty bags. Oh, they're all over the place, but here. I got my crush gasket from RKX. RKX. That is what will go on right over here. So that's all fine. There's like these little dowels over here that hold it in place. But I'm gonna clean the surface right before I do that. What you're going to want is something like this. Some of those like, I don't know what other forms they come in, but I have a quick release from Milwaukee. Bought this at Home Depot. The reason being is because you can't fit a regular T30 socket, like one of these. My T30 at least starts at a 3/8. That's not going to fit. There are some really tight spaces, and some of you are probably going to notice that I have a mismatch of bolts over here, and that is because when they were servicing this, probably decided not to have the upper bolts, so I just have these. Well, I had 4 of these, but I used one of them for another part that was missing a bolt that happened to have the right thread. I went ahead and ordered some relatively close ones on FCP Bureau. I got 2 extras over here. Better safe than sorry, you know, but they still the same thread, they still fit. I think that these are the ones that originally go on. Anyhow, these are at the bottom, so I'm going to keep them at the bottom. My 4 up top are going to be brand new with blue thread lock, and then the gasket also kind of has its own seal up top, so I figured engineering wise, even though I'm making this up, it's probably a better call that way. And then to torque them down, each bolt is going to be torqued down to 7 foot-pounds, so you're going to want to get a low torque wrench. This one goes from 5 to 45 foot-pounds, which is like perfect for most applications with low torque. I got this one for, they're not a sponsor. Nobody here is a sponsor, neither is RK. Yeah, this is like $25 on Amazon, so it's gonna be really helpful. Later on, I'm going to be adding this bracket back onto the housing. I'm not gonna put on just yet because it takes up too much space, but essentially what you're gonna wanna do is, oh, and this may be a kind of tutorial demonstrative video, if you'd like it to be. I mean, this isn't too difficult and it's not too hazardous to you or the car, so this is something you can do. If you're removing it for timing chain purposes, you might want to look more into that, because I'm not doing my timing chain. It's already been done by the previous owner, so you'd still have to take this off for the timing chain though. So I'm just going to try to get as much of this gunk off as possible. It doesn't seem to want to come off, and I don't want to pull out a razor blade just for this little whatever. This should be clean enough. So I'm going to put my gasket on. All right, lock it into place there and there, and then basically, oh, you know what? Intermission. I forgot. I missed a crucial part of this. So I'm gonna pause and be right back and show you exactly what I'm missing. Alright, I'm going to try to show this quick, but basically what I forgot to include was piston rings over here. They're just rings. But essentially the RKX Tech kit, they're called piston seals, right? It'll come with them, with your timing cover crush gasket. It'll also come with the vacuum pump seals, the old and the new style, and the high pressure fuel pump seals, which are right there. I already replaced them because that came with a different kit that I bought, but these are just kind of extra. And I'll be doing the high pressure fuel pump later, but essentially you will want to, I mean, you don't really have to unless they're broken. As you can see, they become brittle, and I actually did end up breaking one, but they kind of fit on just kind of like piston rings, if you've ever done those before, but kind of like they're split right here, right? So right there, so you just kind of like put one end in and then kind of like, you know, swirl it around until it gets sits in place. Be careful not to break your new ones. That would suck. To clean any mating surface over here and on both ends. And yeah, that should be ready to go. One thing I want to say, so I'm about to put this on. Too difficult. Gotta be a little careful. You want those rings that are on the inside to going linear. And then also you do want to make sure that your vacuum pump teeth align with your intake cam, otherwise it's not going to fit in properly. So you see I kind of clocked it to, you know, somewhat match, and now it's in there, right? So I'm going to take my bolts and start screwing them in. Yeah, you got one down here where my finger. Dang, okay, I hate when my GoPro dies. So I'm sure you guys are probably happy I didn't show you where all the bolt locations are. You can find those online, but it is another L moment in the automotive community. I accidentally did a thread delete on these top 3 over here. That last one I was a lot more careful, but these are not the right bolts. The thread is deceiving. So this one I ruined the most. That one no longer has a thread and no longer accepts any new bolts. So it turns out these large bottom ones over here that look a little bit different on the surface than these are the correct ones. They're nice and they're long, they're stout, and they're meant for this. I couldn't find them anywhere. I honestly, I looked all over online and like that was my best match, but that's what happens. That's what I get for trusting the automotive community. Anyway, I went ahead and torqued everything. So I don't know if you can see that. Try to get a better look. Yeah, that one hiding right back there. That's the bottom one, and then there should be another one somewhere down here. Yep. But yeah, you want to torque those down to 7 foot-pounds, and that's about it for timing chain cover. You know, hopefully yours came with all of the bolts necessary, but I guess that's the name of the game when you buy a used car and you don't know who's touched it, how it's been serviced. But I tried my best over here. There's a crush washer in there, so I'm not too worried about, you know, these two being a little bit loose and then this one being completely deleted. After this point, I'll be reinstalling the, well, first I gotta do all of this. So I'm about to make a new video coming up. Stay tuned. Doing my injectors. I'm going to be rebuilding my resealing my injectors. I'm not doing a full rebuild on them. There'll be a video on that soon, including some air intake kind of things that need to be done. I'm getting pretty close to buttoning everything up now that I got it all fixed. You know, I got the new gaskets, and yeah, I'll get a video out for you guys soon about the injector. So if you like this content, please don't forget to like and subscribe.